Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm back from my break. Not that anyone's too bothered or even noticed, but I'm back from my break anyway, and hopefully you enjoyed your break from me. And just a quick thank you to Gonzo and Charlie for doing more and stepping up in one's absence over the last week to make sure content was flowing. Not that they need a thank you, but I think it's important to show appreciation as and when it is required, and that's what this video is about, to show my appreciation for Saturday's game and result more importantly perhaps, but the game itself, because while there's a lot to be concerned about over the 90 minutes, there's also more to be happy about and to credit and stuff, and I want to talk about that. I'm not going to go into the Manchester United games and that, even if I've not spoke about it. I touched on it on the forum channel on Wednesday night. The league game against Man U, not ideal, but it happens. Cup game, happy days. But anyway, Leeds, going into the Leeds game, and I quite like Leeds as a club. I think as a fan base, I think they're superb. I really like Bielsa as a manager. I think the way they play football is really good, and they've got some good players there. But I was really confident going into the game, simply because of A, we've got every player fit, and B, they didn't. They had one recognised fit centre back, well, two, but one of them was Charlie Creswell making his Premier League debut. Didn't really count him. Saying that, I tell you what, I thought he had a really good game actually, Charlie Creswell. I've seen Antonio boss a lot of experienced Premier League centre-backs in their prime, if you like. This young guy making his first ever start in the Premier League, I thought he handled Antonio pretty well. Antonio, of course, got the winner and beat him on a few occasions, and Creswell should have got booked for his, let's call it a rugby tackle. But I think he gets off with it. I think the referee was a bit lenient because his first ever game in the Premier League and allowed him to get away with that one. But in a way, that's good centre-back play. You know, he took the foul, he was willing to take the yellow card. I think it was the right thing to do because Antonio had spun him. But he almost played the event a little bit and got off with it by the referee being lenient on him. But overall, for 90 minutes, I thought he had a really good game, actually. But anyway, back to my point. I was really confident. Bamford missing as well. Rafinha was a bit of an injury doubt going into this one. Dan James hasn't quite hit form yet since his transfer. So I was looking forward to this, expecting 3 points. And at half time I was a bit... Do you know what I mean? Because in the first half I thought Leeds were a better team. I thought they deserved their lead at half time. I thought they had the best player in the park in Rafinha. We couldn't get hold of him. I thought Rafinha was absolutely superb. He was just running Ellen Road. We know he's a fantastic player, but he was unbelievable for 45 minutes. But despite Leeds being a better team, despite Leeds having the best player on the pitch, I think we created the best chances. I thought we played bad. Well, I say bad. We were sloppy. We didn't necessarily play bad. We just were a bit sloppy, and I thought Leeds were a bit more energetic and a bit faster. I thought we were quite ponderous and lethargic, if you like. But at half time, I was calm. And not only was I calm, I was still quite confident we were going to go on and win the game. There was enough signs of encouragement there. Massilia was fantastic for Leeds in the first 45. And another day, we scored 2 goals in the first half, despite being a bit iffy. Defensively, we were a little bit all over the shop at times. Passing wasn't the best, but yet we were still creating chances. We were still showing the quality here and there and getting glimpses, and it took the keeper to have a top performance to keep it at 1-0. Well, like I said, I thought Leeds probably deserved the lead because they were the better team. We created better chances, but I thought they were the better side. I thought Moyes did a few little tweaks at half time. I thought Souček moved position a little bit, which was important because it was a bad error for Leeds' goal from Souček. It was a really bad error, but he doesn't often do that. He's very rarely a cause of a big chance. Never mind a goal that's scored by the opposition. He very rarely causes a big chance for their team. We've seen Declan Rice do them. We've seen Declan Rice make errors at least to the opposition scoring. So I'm prepared to sort of just chalk it down to what it was. It was a bad mistake by Souček. That's it. We move on, kind of thing. Usually when a centre midfielder makes a big error, you get away with it. There's another line of defence there. But when, you know, if a goalkeeper makes an error, you tend to get punished, don't you? But we just got punished on Saturday for Souček's mistake, that's all. You know, Zuma went gallivanting up the pitch, and I think that sort of threw him a little bit. Mistake. But that error aside, I'm almost not going to punish him for that if you want. I thought he was poor in the first 45 at Leeds. I didn't think he was good against Man United the week before either. Worked hard, ran around and stuff. Just not quite as effective as he was last season. I think he just looks a bit jaded, really. He played every minute last season in the Premier League, I think. bar 1 minute against Fulham when he got sent off the last 30 seconds. Remember the game at Craven Cottage? He got the red card in the last minute, didn't he? So I think he played every minute in Premier League bar 30 seconds, Souček. Obviously he played in all our cup games, he plays for the Czech Republic, played in the Euros, he's come back to us, he's been playing for us for Czech Republic, so I understand if he's a bit knackered, to be honest with you. And I'll do the preview with Gonzo this week for the Europa League game, but spoiler, I wouldn't start Souček in that one. So I thought he was a bit poor, and I thought we were, like I said, a bit sloppy at times, but I thought there was a few players playing really well. I thought Ben Rama was brilliant in the first 45 minutes for us. Van was a little bit off the pace. But anyway, second half, I thought we were the better team. I think we evened the game out, possibly even edged and maybe deserved the win at the end. But saying that, if the whistle blew at 1-1, I wouldn't have grumbled too much. I thought Ellen Road's still a tough place to go, and while they've not won, they haven't won the whole season, have they, Leeds? I don't think they have, but it's still a damn good team there. It would have been a good result, but it turned into a fantastic result because we've got a number 9. Because Mikel's a number 9. I've sort of argued with a few people for quite a while, if you like, that Antonio is now a striker. I don't see him as a converted. He is a converted winger, but I don't see a winger playing up front. I see a number 9 playing in a number 9 position now. His goal tally is just unbelievable for West Ham. He's scoring one every 2 games at the minute for us, going back to when Moyes took over at the club. Fantastic return. We really need to keep him fit. But Declan Rice again, another brilliant assist. Not that he's done another brilliant assist this season. I recall him doing an assist. We cut it back from there. But anyway, superb assist. I say superb. It was a decent assist from Rice. He just crossed it into the middle of the park, and Antonio done the rest, didn't he? But this is why I was happy with Saturday, because it was a bit of a test on its own, and we keep learning things. Every time I think I know everything about this West Ham squad and this West Ham team and this West Ham manager, they still surprise me, and I like it. I keep enjoying it, because the main thing for me at half time, I was confident we were going to go on and win the game. For the reason I've said, I thought we had the better chances. Thought we've got better players than Leeds United. Thought we have good players on the bench. We had Vlasic on the bench, Kral on the bench. Yarmolenko might not be everyone's favourite player, but we know he's got the quality. We've got Lanzini on the bench. I thought we had some good players, and I wasn't too concerned really. But we went on to win the game in the 94th minute, the 90th minute, against, and this is an important point, against what is perceived to be the fittest team in the Premier League. Leeds are very much perceived to be the side that runs for 90 minutes, week in, week out. Bielsa makes his players run, they're the fittest players in the league. And I'm not even going to disagree with that. Every time you watch them, they are just constantly pressing, running at 100 miles an hour. But in the last minute of this game, of this marathon game, we were the ones with more energy. You watch where Antonio wins the ball on the edge of our box. He's then the one finishing at the other end. It's unbelievable from him. It was a year ago, 2 years ago, where come the 70th minute, he was always a bit knackered, Antonio. Now he's still going. It's almost like this is Antonio's prime now. It should be when you're in your 20s, your late 20s or whatever. That's your traditional in prime peak, if you like, of a player's career. But Antonio's really blossoming at the minute. And to put a slight negative on it, it is a bit frustrating when you look at the fixtures, and in 2 weeks' time we've got an international break, and he's going to go away to Jamaica for potentially 3 games, and you're like, oh no, because I'm enjoying this Mikel Antonio, and I'm enjoying this West Ham team, because we won on Saturday it wasn't the best game we've ever played. Like I said, it was a bit like when we won in the Europa League. I called it like the most professional Moyes performance ever, and Saturday was won through almost just a never say die attitude. 6 points this season we picked up from losing positions, the most in the Premier League, along with Everton. But if you date it back to the start of last season, 22 points we picked up from losing positions. Now I know you can look at it in a slightly negative point of view, which is we keep going behind, but I know Gio's looking at it in a positive spin alert. How about the break's done something to me? The break has gone to my head, but that's a superb stat if you want to look at it from the right way, that we can keep coming back, because before we've always been a team that we've got to go down, we're kind of snookered, aren't we, West Ham? It's sort of like, oh, here we go, like we might get a draw out of this kind of thing. But now you've got to go down, you almost like don't flinch anymore. You're like, yeah, whatever, it just means we've got to score 2 today instead of 1 to win the game. We've just got this never say die attitude, and it's just thoroughly enjoyable to witness. In between games at the minute, I always miss watching West Ham. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, had a few days away and stuff, and in between the two Man United games, I was proper ready for the next one. Then when the game finished on Wednesday night, I was ready for Saturday straight away. I was like, come on, man, let's get Saturday. I want Saturday here. I want to watch West Ham again. And again, full-time whistle goes Saturday. Bing on Thursday night. Can't wait. And I just know fine when the full-time whistle goes, whatever the score is, against Brentford, I'll be gutted there's an international break. And I like my international football. Don't always enjoy the results, but I don't mind watching Scotland. But I'm going to be gutted a little bit when it's sort of like West Ham's time's up for a couple of weeks now, because this squad, I feel, not just myself here, I feel a lot of people have a lot of affection for this squad that perhaps they didn't have for previous ones. And there's a lot of individual players that people can relate to, I guess, and you just get this, there's a picture. Obviously we scored in the last minute and a few people went on the pitch. Now I can't be arsed getting into politics. If someone says, oh, ban them, I don't really care. We scored a last minute winner. I like seeing fans on the pitch celebrating stuff. There's a time and a place for it, okay? And I think that context, it's alright. It didn't get out of hand. It only happened for 30 seconds or something. But anyway, my point is, there's pictures of one fan in particular where he's sort of rugby tackled by a steward. He's on the pitch celebrating West Ham's winner. He's rugby tackled by a steward in front of Souček and Ben Rama. And there's like 5 photos or something. Click, click, click. So you get like a flip book action view of what happened. So he's on the deck looking up at them, still fist clenched, celebrating, despite the fact there's a steward hugging his waist. And you can see Ben Rama and Souček looking at him. Anyway, 3 or 4 photographs later, in the last one, Souček sort of speaking to the steward and Ben Rama's helping the fan up. And I just loved it. There was something about that sort of symbolises West Ham's United's players and squad at the minute for me, which is they love playing for West Ham. They get what it means to play for West Ham. And I think that's why myself and Gonzo sort of took to Fornals a little bit a couple of years ago when he come in. You know, the Spanish Cockney or whatever. Because he just got it, didn't he? He just got it. Whatever it is, being a West Ham fan, playing for West Ham, he got it. And I think part of the reason you clung to Fornals when he first come in is because no one else really did. Yarmolenko, Sebastian Allaire, Felipe Anderson to some extent. Those sort of players, you sort of struggle to resonate with because they don't really give you any indication of what they know about West Ham or if they even cared about West Ham. But this group of players, you always get the feeling that David Moyes is giving them a history lesson during the week in training. That 1 hour on a Wednesday, you must sit down and you must read about West Ham United. You must learn about West Ham fans. You must learn about the history of the club or something. And someone like Mark Noble is in everybody's ear every day telling them stuff, because there's just something about this squad at the minute. It just feels a bit special, doesn't it? I told you, this break has done things to my head, but that photos of Souček and Ben Rama helping the fan, I loved it. I absolutely loved it, because that just shows the care. It just shows the care, because too often, in normal circumstances, most players would just walk away. Not my problem. We've scored the goals, not my job. And they're right, it isn't their job, but to see them helping a fan out and just saying to the steward, just leave it out, just have a little bit of fun. Because I remember Aguero doing it at QPR. I think it was QPR. Man City scored at someone in Bournemouth, I think it was, and one of their fans got like belted by a steward, if you like. Then you could see Aguero almost saying to the steward, "What are you doing?" And Aguero almost started like a riot over the sign. It was just good to see our players. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. I'm going to disappear. I'm doing PV with Gonzo this week. Looking forward to it as always. But yeah, big 3 points for West Ham. Not the best performance, but another important win, another important message. And everybody takes different things from each game at the minute, and that's good because there's lots of different things to enjoy. I'm enjoying it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, enjoy me being back from the break, drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new around here. We're not too far away from 20,000 subscribers, so it'd be nice to get there one day soon. Subscribe if you haven't. Myself and Gonzo, we'll catch you in a bit.